Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another live stream. So I want to cover a few things before we get started. So CME FedWatch tool, excuse me, it keeps getting a little bit softer when it comes to what they're going to do on September 18th. You know, the more I'm thinking about it, if that Bank of Japan scare is done, then maybe they won't call an emergency Fed meeting, you know, and so maybe we're going to wait until September 18th unless something else crazy happens. So we're seeing 63.5% chance that they are going to lower rates by 50 basis points, and the opposite, whatever, 36.5% chance that they're going to lower it by 25 basis points. So there's that, but there's also, on Monday of this week, it was like an 80% chance that they were going to lower by 50 basis points, and then even a 20% chance or something like that they were going to lower by 75 basis points. So we're getting a little bit less dovish, which isn't a problem. That's just, it is what it is. Now, another thing that I'm paying attention to, and we'll see about this, is, man, Fidelity has been dumping pretty hard lately, and Arc Block, Arc Block's a cryptocurrency, Arc Invest. So they've been dumping, 22 million, 28 million yesterday. That was after a dump for Arc of 69 million, 87.7 million. Fidelity's been dumping 104 million, 58 million, 64 million. We've had net negative on days that the dip has been bought pretty aggressively. So other people, other institutions, whoever else, whales, they've been buying the dip, but then the ETFs have been selling. BlackRock's just sitting on their hands. And so those are pretty high volume days the last couple of days. I mean, higher than normal, higher than average, I guess you could say. So what happens today? What happens with volume today if we're going to continue to see that kind of selling from the spot Bitcoin ETFs? I don't know. Maybe we're in for a little bit of a cool off. A little bit. Nothing significant. But I did point out that, I mean, MACD, RSI, stochastic look good on the daily for Bitcoin, but I did point out this fib level is going to be some resistance around 57,000, and it is. It's been resistance, and we'll eventually break through that. Each of these fib levels is going to be some resistance from swing low to swing high. So, okay, that is all I have for just initial updates. Let me say hello to everybody. First Vale, hello, Will Johnson. Victor, hello. Adam, hello. Boydo, Elias, Patrick, Rotten Roddy, hello everybody. 30 billion monthly pumped in economy. Oh yeah, I need to do a deep dive into that. So good morning everybody. Sorry, can you explain basis points and how they impacted the bull run? I mean, basis points is just a fancy way of saying percent, but 50 basis points is 0.5%. All right, so the faster they lower rates, the sooner that rates bottom out. As soon as rates bottom out, I'll be a lot more bullish than what I am right now. Okay, I'm not super bullish. I'm bullish in the sense I think we're going to hit a new all-time high for Bitcoin, but I don't think we're going to hit a new all-time high all that much sooner. I don't think we're going to go all that much higher until we have to go through the grind of rates dropping and bottoming out. So the initial rate cut, I'm bullish. The rate cuts after that, historically, they lead to a recession. So first rate cut, bullish. First rate cut, I say we have 2 months, 2 to 4 months. Let's say first rate cut, we have 2 months. Donald Trump gets elected, add another 2 months to that, and then I'm not bullish anymore. Whatever we reach after the first rate cuts, and if Donald Trump gets elected, is I think going to be the peak, and we're not going to go higher than that in 2025 unless it's January 2025. Until rates bottom out, and then I am more bullish than I could possibly be. So anyway, good morning, Joey Muggs. Why do you say don't hodl in one of your posts? that is not the right mentality to have right now. All right. When do you hodl? Let me pull up the Wall Street psychology chart. So Bitcoin, you want to hodl Bitcoin? Fine. I have no problem with people hodling Bitcoin. But when do you hodl? All right, you don't hodl in optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial. You don't hodl at those times. You hodl during panic. Crypto Creepy, this is my personal account. I got banned on my live streams on my regular account. So panic, capitulation, anger, depression, you DCA and you hodl. But I'm gonna cover this in a video later today on TikTok. Smart money sells. I think I covered this yesterday. Well, I covered it during my member-only live stream yesterday. Smart money starts to sell during belief. And they sell into thrill and euphoria. They keep selling. Complacency and anxiety is when they're about done selling. All right, this is what I did in March, not knowing that I was selling into the peak. But belief to anxiety, that is when you sell. But you're going to hear a lot of people at that time during belief and anxiety. They're going to be talking about hodl, DCA. No, that's not what we're doing. All right, that's a bad idea. So looking at this chart here, looking at Bitcoin on the daily, man, I just need to clean things up. I hate cleanup on charts. I like drawing. I don't like cleaning up. When do we enter? So we're not looking quite like this, okay, right now. But rate cuts. Okay, let's say Bitcoin's at $63,000 around the time that they cut rates. I will, for me, mentally, my psychology when it comes to where I will be is disbelief all the way up to $70,000, disbelief to $71,000, and then it's going to be hope and optimism. Hope will be like $72,000, optimism will be $73,000, and then belief would be $74,000. Like we're going to, personally for me, I'm going to go through all of that, all of those things really quickly. Belief is new all-time high, so I'm starting to sell, is what I'm saying. I'm starting to sell. New all-time high, I'm starting to sell. So belief, thrill, euphoria. Anyway, we're not hodl. Well, when a lot of people are saying hodl, I will be selling. Time for DCA payday today. DCA, sure, now, yes. But not hodl. You know, I mean, not hodl for more than a year, not hodl for more than 6 months. If when we are at the top in November, December, do you expect to see the usual signs? 1K in TikTok Live, CB #1 app, fear and greed at high greed. 1K in TikTok Live, yes. If we get to, if $80,000 is the peak, I would think that Coinbase will not have been the #1 app. Fear, greed, very high. Yeah, probably around 90. So, hello, old fella. Still bullish on Pendle for this year? Yes, very much so. Good morning, Andrea. Jewel, should I buy a Lithium? I did cover this during the members only live stream yesterday. Let's take a look at Lithium, and then let's take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. Good morning, BT Casual. All right, Lithium. Wall Street cheat sheet. Lithium. Wall Street cheat sheet. Are we back? Bull market. Watch my most recent video on my regular TikTok account. I'm banned for lives on my regular TikTok account. So what do you see here? Lithium, or Wall Street cheat sheet. Lithium. You can see market psychology play itself out. So where are we in terms of market psychology? I don't think we're going to see a long, drawn-out thing with Lithium like what we see here. Okay, this is a tool. It's not a rule. There are no rules. So we're in anger, depression. We're in anger. If you look at the Wall Street psychology cheat sheet, we're in anger. So does that mean that you don't touch Ethereum? No. Cardano in 2021 went through this whole cycle, went down really hard, and then went through the whole cycle again. And Solana even did that in 2021. Solana, you guys don't remember this probably, but Solana dropped 80% in 2021 before making that big move up to $200+. So Ethereum, when do you want to buy? You want to buy in anger and depression. And so I think Ethereum is an okay one to buy. Do you know why you were banned? I openly wondered if somebody was artistic, but exchange U for R. I don't want to get banned again. Somebody was offended by that. Where are we? I mean, so it's different for every cryptocurrency. With Bitcoin, it's not following this entirely. That is, what is that? Do you want to say that we are in anxiety or denial? Some people, I think that they would say alt season's not canceled. No. They would say, I think it's fair if some people want to say we're in anxiety or denial, that's fine. I disagree. I think we have one more pump to euphoria. Not euphoria, but this does not fit. This doesn't fit with this. And it's a tool. It's not you don't treat this as a rule. So one more move up. Yeah, I mean, Wyckoff accumulation, reaccumulation, or distribution. This is more of a Wyckoff pattern than anything else. So, good morning, Ollie. What do you think about Ondo in your price prediction? I think Ondo will reach my price predictions in 2024. Thanks for the try. I've been DCAing for the last 2 years, still holding and patiently waiting. Just, new all-time highs when you sell. You see a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Don't sell all of it, but sell some. Just roll out. Unwind. Do you think 2025 will what? Man, are we not making that much money at all this bull run? It's a saying. I guess this is a new saying for me. There's money to be made, but instead of win Lambo, win Lexus. Guys, the conditions are not right yet. Listen, do you want to make life-changing gains? Sell in belief. Start selling in belief. Sell into the thrill and the euphoria. Sell into complacency. Sell into anxiety. Next time we get to belief, sell. Not financial advice. Start selling. And then be ready to buy back in when conditions are perfect. All right, right now, conditions are not good. They're not good enough, in my opinion, for us to have these major explosive moves. Yeah, when paid off debt and live free? Well, that's a good question. I mean, look at when crypto has existed. I know a lot of you guys, you're familiar with this. All right. Bitcoin was created on January 3rd, 2009, excuse me. Bitcoin launched on January 3rd, 2009. It has only existed in a zero interest rate environment, except for going into 2016, 2017, 2018. It got up to, oh my goodness, 2.5%. Wow. You know, oh wow, that's so high. And then COVID crashed. We went right back down to zero until 2022. They started raising rates aggressively, and now rates are really high. And this is not the environment. And quantitative tightening. Let me pull up the Fed balance sheet. Do I have that? Oh, I have M2 money supply. Let me pull up the Fed balance sheet. Do you think 2025 will be a bear market? A bear market. Not pack your bags until 2028. But 2025, I think, is going to be really rough. Get ready to reload by the end of 2025 is what I'm saying. And then you can ask, when Lambo? All right, Fed balance sheet. We're unwinding. The balance sheet's going down. Now, I do think that I think at the next Fed meeting, they're going to stop unwinding. You know, right now they're doing it. Earlier they were doing it $60 billion a month. Right now they're doing it $25 billion a month. And so, all right, when we get some unwinding, when the unwinding is done, and then when we see something that would cause what I would think would be a significant increase in the Fed balance sheet, that is the fodder that we need for max gains. And the Moon Boys know that. The Moon Boys know that. They just don't understand. They don't understand how long it's going to play itself out. So Dr. Profit, this guy is a firm believer in 4-year halving cycle theory. And I like his stuff. I'll read his content. I think he's a little bit of a grifter. But listen, here we go. He's calling for Bitcoin to go to 180,000 to 220,000 in 2025. Some background with Dr. Profit. And he is a template for everyone who believes we're going to $200,000 in 2025. There is no doubt that our economy is seriously ill due to unimaginable debt, high inflation, devaluation of the USD, own BRICS currency, and current high rates pressuring the economy from all sides. Does this make me bearish? H, no. Jerome, bring back the money printer. So we're on the same page. We need, if we're going to see Bitcoin go to these astronomical heights and altcoins to go to these astronomical heights, when you're going to be getting your Lambos, what do we need? Jerome, bring back the money printer. Now, the thing that Dr. Profit is not paying attention to is how long it's going to take for the money printer to turn back on. I'm saying it's going to take at least a year from when they first lower rates. And he's living in a dream world to where he thinks we're just going to lower rates. We're going to turn on the money printer in like January of next year. If that's the case, new all-time highs, November 2025, I'm all aboard the 4-year halving cycle train, which is just a huge coincidence again. But otherwise, no. I'm so far behind. Did you take positions? All right, hold on a second. Between now and the end of the year, Pendle or Arrow? I'm always going to say Pendle. Especially, all right, remember when the news of the ETH ETF dropped? Pendle spiked like crazy. So we see Ethereum ETFs start accumulating, start getting net positive, start having positive flows, which we're getting there. We're not quite there yet. 98 million added to the balance sheets yesterday. That'll be a good thing. We see Grayscale stop selling as much as they're selling, but we're still net negative. But once we get net positive with Ethereum. So Pendle, so to answer your question, Pendle. You got back into Wolf? No, not yet. Yeah, when Lexus, end of the year, if you're smart. But remember, all right, let's say Bitcoin gets to $80,000 by the end of this year, which is my price target for 2024. What are the masses going to be saying? Let's say that's the peak. What are the masses going to be saying? They're going to be saying, Bitcoin to the moon, now's the time. Do not sell, hodl. They're going to be all out convinced. I might be tempted to believing that I'm wrong. But entertain me for a second. If I'm right, and $80,000 is the peak for 2024, and then 2025 is brutal, people are going to get absolutely wrecked. Yeah, Steven, good comment. The pump after the rate cuts will be enough for everyone to think that we're going to the moon thereafter. And then Donald Trump wins if he does. All right. Will there be another shakeout in the market? Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm behind here. How bad will the sell-off be for Ondo in January? I think all altcoins are going to dump really hard. If this is how it plays itself out. I think there's going to be some kind of alt season. Talking base model Lexus are souped up. Yeah. Will there be another shakeout in the market? Could it be wrong to DCA this week? I wouldn't be DCAing right now. Listen, I mean, the thing that I said when I started this live stream is like the spot Bitcoin ETFs have been selling, not BlackRock, but Fidelity and ARK and HODL, I think, as well. And so they've been selling. There's been good volume these last couple of days, good buy volume after that big dip. But then I think volume is going to be a little bit lower today, and they might the ETFs might still sell a decent amount. So, I mean, we're seeing Bitcoin's down. Bitcoin's dropped a little bit. It's down to 56.3 and change. So, hey, thank you. Yeah, ETF video was informative. Good. Will ICP hit your price prediction? After rates bottom out, not before, not even close. You said on X that you will start some entries for this week. Which coins did you buying? Which coins are you buying up to rate cuts? Or are you still waiting on more pull-ups? I'm gonna wait for today to play itself out. I haven't bought any yet. Just any chart that essentially looks like Bitcoin's chart right now. You see MACD histogram looks, it's turning light pink. RSI is bouncing back up. Stochastic RSI is bouncing back up. So, Gala was one of them. Gala is showing, might be time for Gala. What else? I mean, there were a lot that I looked at yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if HBAR. Yeah, a lot of altcoins are looking like this. So I don't know entirely yet. I do tend to favor larger market cap cryptos because in the event of a shakeout, not quite Bitcoin Cash, in the event of a shakeout, those will suffer the least. If there's another big drop, another thing like Japan, those will suffer the least. I want to protect myself a little bit. So I've been in crypto for 8 months and have not made a single profit in spot. In fact, at loss still. Yeah, Saad, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I was here in 2022. It's like the ones who were really rewarded were the ones who bought in 2022. And weren't too afraid to buy. It was really difficult to buy in 2022. There's that Warren Buffett saying, buy when everyone's afraid. Be fearful when everyone's greedy. Be greedy when everyone's fearful. Let me add something to that. Be greedy when everyone's bored. When people are bored out of their minds. Are people bored now? They're more bored than they were in March, that's for sure. But people were very afraid and very bored at the end of 2022. So, hello, Mr. Cuz. When can we hope for alt season? Let's see, we see a new all-time high for Bitcoin. What if we sell our positions from months ago and alt season starts then? I think there's a decent possibility for some kind of move in alts higher. Would I call it alt season? No. Would I say that the total crypto market cap, the total market cap minus Bitcoin, will put in a new all-time high in the event that Bitcoin goes to $80,000? Yes, I would. I would say that. So, which cryptos are you still holding from 2022, if any? I mean, I bought a lot of Bitcoin. I bought a lot of Bitcoin miners. I sold all my Bitcoin miners, but then rebought in when they bottomed out. I had a lot of Solana. Solana was one of my top 5 bear market buys. That worked out well for me, but I sold all of it. I mean, I didn't sell all of it. You know, Solana's like a currency that I go in and out when I trade meme coins. So a single dollar. Why is NXRA falling? I don't know. $0.04. Uh-oh. What's going on? Well, TradingView is not letting me look at NXRA. I see that it's down 32%. I don't know why it's falling. Oh man. NXRA got hacked. Wow. Another one bites the dust. I think NXRA might be able to survive that. OPSEC is dead. Define belief. I won't define belief. I just want to tell you. Thank you, Milas. I just want to tell you, Puddin' Talk is something compromised. I don't know what you're asking. Belief. What is belief? I will tell you psychologically what will happen for me. I will not believe all the way up to $70,000. Like you know, the week of the Bitcoin conference. Oh man, you bought right before they halted it. Okay. They got hacked. The week of the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin got up to $70,000, and I didn't bat an eye. I was not confident at all in that rally. So let's just say that short term, over the next few weeks, Bitcoin got back up to $70,000. I would not believe. I would not be a believer. When would I be a believer? $71,000? Probably not. $72,000? I'd be tempted, but maybe that would be hope. Maybe that would be optimism. $74,000 for me is belief. So define belief. When am I selling? I'm starting to sell at belief. All the way through thrill, euphoria, complete, whatever that looks like at the end of this year. I'll be a believer in October if it hits 75, but not September or August. We'll see. Are you going to still do these lives after you sell end of year so we know when to buy back in 2025? It depends on if I can make a living off of it. You know, I have a family to feed. I would love to be live every day in 2025. But I got to be realistic. You know, people aren't going to be interested. If this is how it plays itself out, you know, obviously if we're going into euphoria and I'm wrong and it's just, you know, all of our wildest dreams come true, then I'll be live and I'll be perfectly fine with some of you rubbing into my face that I was wrong. I'll be so happy. I'll be crying with dollar bills in my face. You know, just wiping away my tears with all those dollar bills. Even though I'm selling, but listen, okay, a lot of that will go into a trading account. I'll be just fine. I'll be doing short-term entries and exits. I'll be just fine. So, but that's probably not going to, I don't think that's going to happen. All right. Why do you think the 2025 bear market will be when Lambo season? Tom, I would just ask you, I posted all of my short videos on X. It'll take you 15 minutes to watch all of them. A lot of the people in this live stream already know the answers to that question, so I don't want to repeat myself over and over again. So, taking my profits and rotating into stocks. Yeah. Hello, Karok Michael Omar. And listen, a lot of my profits are going to be rolled into safe stocks. Because, I mean, if it's going to be really rough in 2024, even the safe stocks will go down. I just think they'll recover well and they won't go down all that much. I'll sell covered calls on them. I also do think end of 2025, if that's what happens, rates bottom out, money print is turned on. I also think stocks might be a better play than crypto because it's going to be really difficult for a lot of people to adjust. Bitcoin's going to be a great play. But anyway, I'm rambling. Dr. Profit is so bad. All I hear you talk about is USA economics Is crypto only resalted to the U.S.? What about other countries? Isn't China going to allow crypto again? Yeah, listen. If Burkina Faso was the center of the financial world, I'd be talking about what's going on in Burkina Faso. But it's the United States. The dollar is the global reserve currency. Until that changes one day, if the dollar is not the world reserve currency one day, then I will talk about whatever is the world reserve currency. But until then, it's the United States. It was all about 2024. Now it's about 2025. Makes me laugh. Barry, what are you talking about? It was always about 2025. If you're talking about all those other people, it was always about 2025. It wasn't about 2024. For me, it's been about 2024. The money printer takes time. Correct, Mr. Cuz. If Bitcoin makes it to 80K this year, could alts 3x by the end of 2024? Some of them could. Yeah, some of them would. Some of them would do more than that. Hello, Uwu. Why do you think they wouldn't turn on the money printer by January 2025? If, let's say, you were wrong, I believe your theory, by the way, but let's say you were wrong and we sell all by the end of the year. Can we buy back later and not miss the train? We could buy back later. Listen, I mean, money printer. How long does it take to lower rates to zero? You know, even during the COVID crash, first time they lowered rates, August of 2007, even during the COVID crash, it took, and this was the best case scenario, it took, oh, wait a second, I was looking at the wrong one. But okay, no, August of 2007, even during the Great Financial Crisis, how long did it take for rates to bottom out? It took over a year. And then even during the COVID crash, July 2019, August of 2019, it took until March, April of 2020. So best case scenario would be, you know, they lower rates in September. I would say absolute best case scenario would be that rates would bottom out in April of 2025. But then that doesn't mean that April of 2025, we're at $100,000 Bitcoin or $150,000 Bitcoin. April of 2025, we're at like, you know, if rates bottom out, that means something really scary happened. We're at like $30,000 or $40,000 Bitcoin, maybe even lower than that. And so then it takes time for it to play itself out. So how long did you say it would take for alts to hit top of bull run after Fed start printing money? Yeah, okay, I did kind of answer that. A year? I don't know, best case scenario. Loading the boat on Matic at these levels, IMO is going to get a huge injection of capital soon. Huh. I mean, Matic's on the safer side. I'd rather be buying stuff that's like closer to their bear market bottoms. Do you think others or Total 3 would put in a new all-time high? I think so. Can you take a look at Donald Trump on Solana? It's up 50% past couple of days. Still think to sell before the election. Brett, I'm not going to look at Donald Trump. But sell about a week before the election, not financial advice. Those cryptocurrencies all have a timeline, an end date. And some of you may believe that they're going to still be okay after the election. They're going to die after the election. I saw this play itself out with a cryptocurrency called Euro 2024. Euro 2024. That crashed really hard 5 days before the Euros and didn't bounce back. Should we sell all alts the next time Bitcoin hits another all-time high this year? Roll it out. Not immediately. Again, because all right, let's say Bitcoin does hit $80,000. Remember, Ethereum peaked 27 days after Bitcoin in 2021, in the second quarter of 2021, and it peaked 27 days after Bitcoin in 2018 when Bitcoin peaked in 2017. So Bitcoin will usually peak first. Now, this didn't work out entirely in 2021. A lot of altcoins peaked before Bitcoin peaked, but then a majority, the peak of euphoria, the peak of the total two, was after Bitcoin peaked in 2021, in the second quarter of 2021, the first peak in 2021. So roll out, don't immediately exit all of it during belief, but Bitcoin psychologically, even if Bitcoin only peaks at $80,000 and we're in the belief stage, we could still psychologically in the whole crypto market reach thrill and euphoria, even with only Bitcoin peaking at $80,000. You never helped me. Richard, I have no idea what you're referring to. So how much time after the 0% interest rates will we see the bear market? After the 0%? No, not after. Leading up to 0%. Thank you, Joey. Bitcoin will have another big dip soon prior to the actual bull run. I'm definitely open to that possibility. Thoughts on Rizzo? I don't know anything about Rizzo. Miggles is down to 15 million market cap. Would you buy now or wait? I have not looked at Miggles. Do you see Milady's reaching 3 billion market cap? No idea. I don't know where Milady's is right now. I'm not going to look at it. IMO past bull runs don't matter. I mean, they kind of matter. But I mean, I'm with you in some regards. Where's Milady's right now? I have no idea where Milady's is. Who would be more likely to lower rates to zero, Trump or Harris? It's neither of them. The Federal Reserve has acted independently. If there's one single thing that I could give the Federal Reserve credit for, they don't really care who's in power, who's the president. They mostly care about themselves, which is what you want in a capitalistic society, believe it or not. But you don't want the Federal Reserve. The Fed does what the Fed wants to, yeah. Which is why they won't even allow the government to audit. Yep. I bought it $23.50. All right, Ethereum. So Ethereum dumped much harder than Bitcoin did. Man, I hate. Let me get rid of these fibs. All right, so where's the yearly open for Ethereum? Because that's a significant dollar amount. All right, so January 3rd, January 1st, it was around $2,200. And Ethereum wicked down to that level. A lot of people, if you are, a lot of people pay attention to the yearly open, that if the price gets down to that level, they want to set limit orders at that level. And I think that's a really solid level of support. And Ethereum got there. Bitcoin has not gotten there, which is why a lot of people think Bitcoin's going to go down to like $44,000. So Bitcoin has not gotten there. Ethereum has. I would say probability-wise, Ethereum is a great. It's a great entry to have at $2,300. So. I'm so tired of we will have one last dip before run up. I've heard that so many times now. Nobody knows what's going on. It's just a gamble at this point. Good luck, guys. I hope we make good money. All right. What's your opinion, thoughts on Arbitrum and Aptos at the moment? I bought a bit today. I think they're both still in falling knife territory. I mean, they just keep on putting in lower lows. Maybe you're getting the bottom, maybe not. I'd rather see some sign of strength in those charts before getting in. Any crypto believers need to vote Trump. Sorry, not trying to be political, but truth is truth. It is a fact. Nobody, even I hope the liberals watching this live stream, right? like Trump will make you more money. Just confidence in Trump, the general confidence in Trump. When's the bull run? All right, so you ask when the bull runs, and then you say crypto's a scam and sell before you get wiped out. I might as well just not even respond to any of your questions. I think we're going to see short-term downside in the stock market. Thoughts? We had something that some people could call a dead cat bounce. I mean, the Dow is at its bull market support band. Short-term, 2007, when they called that emergency Fed meeting, when they lowered rates, that was in response to the stock market dumping. So, I mean, I'm surprised that today they're green. I can't give you an answer, Ollie. So frustrating. Spent the entire bear market accumulating, and we get this crap bull run. CSS, man. What if I'm wrong? Yeah, NVIDIA earned amazing opportunity to buy at this current price. Earnings report coming this month. Didn't Warren Buffett sell a decent amount of NVIDIA? Do you think we see RTZH, or I don't know what RTZH is. Do you think we see ETH dump more? Yeah, I answered that already. Sell out 20% at a time, that's fine. But then 2026 will not be the bear market. I believe. So, okay, I mean, I know you hear 4-year halving cycle theory, and you're going to get sucked into that same mindset over and over again. And that's worked out well for us so far, but it's not going to be like that forever. And what I'm saying is that this time is different. That crypto is a lot more affected by monetary policy, by where things are with rates and M2 money supply than they are by the 4-year halving cycle. Much more affected by those things than the 4-year halving cycle. Does the halving have an effect on Bitcoin, on its stock to flow? Yes. How much of an effect? Not nearly as much of an effect as where we are globally with money supply, with liquidity, things like that. Are we crashing right now? No. Do you think NVIDIA earnings will be like the last? I don't know. All I know is I'm selling my AI cryptos on the day of the NVIDIA earnings report. Alex, when they lower rates in September, is it possible the market can cover without going to a big recession? Why is it similar to 2007 and that will keep going down after about 2 months? Yield curve inversion. Here we go. This is the longest yield curve inversion in history, and it's almost over. So this is, in my opinion, I've answered this already. All right, old fella, can you check my question above, please? I had to have answered it, and now I'm scrolling up, and you should have, old fella, you should have just asked the question again instead of asking me to scroll up. I don't see your question. We still doing this crypto bull run stuff. It's all over, man. All right. Also, Alex, I love your channel. You're very insightful when it comes to crypto. Have you seen the Nero coin on ETH? Doge millionaires are all frontlining the coin. I've seen that, yeah. I haven't gotten in. Maybe I'll regret that. Do you think this is the Solana cycle? Solana's cycle. Look at the 1 hour chart of Solana, 1 hour of Ethereum, and you'll see how bad it is for ETH. I trust you, SSN. That thought has already been in my mind. Because, man, think about it. How much crypto have you bought on Ethereum? I just, like, all right, the question right before that about Nero. I don't want to buy Nero. You know why I don't want to buy Nero? I mean, I don't know if it's on an exchange. Maybe I should look into that. But I don't want to buy Nero because it's built on Ethereum. I just don't want to mess around with that. So, yes, to answer your question without even looking at the charts, yes. That's definitely a possibility. Eagle AI has not been very accurate about Bitcoin's prediction since this weekend. I think it's because it has to adjust to something significant that happened. Unfortunately, Eagle AI, like, you know, it launched at a really terrible time with this, I wouldn't call it a black swan event, but this huge thing that happened. I mean, you know, let me remind you about the VIX. The highest the VIX has gone since COVID. And in the COVID, yeah, I mean, you guys remember how panicky that was. COVID was terrifying. Could you please let me know what a good entry point is for Arrow? Old fellow, why not ask the question again? I'll prioritize your question. Oh, let's see. Arrow. So Arrow did not put in a lower low, even through all that fear. That's a good sign for Arrow. You know, I'd be okay buying Arrow right now. I mean, looking at the level that it's at, I don't think that's going to be resistance. When is Nvidia reporting? August 22nd. Regret what? Sorry, Mr. Comment. I don't know what you're referring to. IMO, all cryptos will get their injections at different times. Rotating and follow the money is risky. I mean, I'm not suggesting rotating and following the money. I'm perfectly fine trading during that time. Alex, do you have any opinions on base? I thought it is bullish, but more and more, I think they have execution problems, not as good as they say. I haven't looked in. I don't know what execution problems you're referring to. I like base. I like buying base cryptos. What if I sell all my other bags and put it in HEEHEE? Will it be a good decision for some returns? HEEHEE, we will get to $10 million. We will get most likely higher than that. We will launch the premium Discord. Right now, my #1 goal is the premium Discord. All right. And that reminds me, let's do a giveaway. So if you buy 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE between now and 1 p.m., you will automatically be entered into a contest, into a raffle, where you could win 100,000. Or sorry, no, woo. Let me back up. I didn't say that. Where you could win $100 worth of HEEHEE. All right, so you buy 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE between now and 1, you will automatically be entered into a raffle where you could win $100 worth. All right, old fella. If I had only losses from my bags by the end of the year, should I think about selling at whatever price they are at the moment, or wait if they ever get back to the prices they were at? Thanks. That's a common question. By the end of the year, I would, let's see how this plays out. If you see Bitcoin stalling when it gets to $80,000, and then you see altcoins doing some stuff, doing their thing, you know. I would very much not financial advise you to unload, even if you're down. Your spreadsheet is 2024 to 2026 with a red 2025 in mind. Do you think your listed price targets are invalidated? No, I don't. Buffett sold a ton of Apple. I don't think he owned Nvidia, but I could be wrong. I saw some random. I'm wrong probably about that. Yeah, Buffett had an insane cash war chest. Render falling knife, wanted to buy some. Yeah, I ended up not buying any Render. I keep saying that. Something's up with Render, man. You know, I mean, they changed their ticker. I don't know what's going on. I'm still very bullish on Render. But there was zero strength. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to touch that. So how long do we have before crypto poops the bed? End of this year. Did Pelosi buy Nvidia stock recently? If so, that's a good sign. I think she did, yeah. Breaking, Kamala Harris now leads Trump across all national poll aggregators. Here's what I remember from 2016. Hillary was going to win, right? Hillary was the favorite. She was very likely to win. She was up 4 or 5% in the polls nationally. Trump won. 2020. Biden was up more than 4 or 5% nationally. He was up like 8%. And then when it played itself out, Trump, he didn't win. You know, Biden won by less than what the polls indicated. The polls skew left. There's no reason for anyone with half of a brain to vote for Kamala Harris. Just watch her talk about the economy. She has no idea what she's talking about. She is incredibly stupid. There's no reason for sane people to vote for Kamala Harris. You can vote third party, but you're an idiot. You're not an idiot. You're not an idiot if you vote for Kamala. Let me back up. How about I just stop? Totally agree. Bought on Ethereum once and charges were high. Yeah. If Kamala wins, is it over for crypto in 2024? I'm going to sell some on election day just in case. Arrow and Ondo are my top picks. I like those. Could you look at Ondo, 50 cents to 73 cents? But, okay, you know, here's a positive thing that could happen. I'm just thinking about this. All right, if Kamala is favored in the polls and the market's going to price that in, and then if Trump wins, there's going to be a significant pop in the stock markets the day after Trump wins. Ondo's right there, right at where I think it could hold his support. So I'd be interested in buying Ondo right now. Yeah, Render went from ETH to Solana. It seems like it's not doing well. Should I sell Render on Nvidia reports? I would sell on that day. Yeah, any idea? Now, it did go to Solana, so. I put my Pepe money into Ponky as a low market cap and potential for more X's. Still have a Moonbag and Pepe just in case. I like Ponky. I like Pepe. Yeah. All right. Coinye is a good base crypto. Haven't looked into it, but yep, not $100,000 a HEEHEE. $100. Yeah. All right, so yeah, 0.2 Solana. There are 3 entries so far, so your chances are good. If you buy zero.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE between, and I'm not live on my regular TikTok account, so your chances of winning are pretty high, but 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE between now and 1 p.m. Eastern time, you will be entered into a raffle where you could win $100 worth. So 3 entries. All right, I need to plow through some YouTube comments here. The play is a good 10x from here to December. Take 90% out and spin the block when rates are at 0. I mean, I wouldn't say 10x from here to December, but gains. Are you selling TAR's AI bag on the 22nd also? Yes. Is the yield curve returning normal, or am I reading that blue chart wrong? Yeah. And that's not, I mean, it's good, but it's not good. Because whenever the yield curve returns to normal, then we enter recession very quickly after. Hello, Alex. Do you anticipate the peak of the upcoming bull run to exceed prices seen in March 2024? Some cryptos will not go higher than their March 2024 price. The total altcoin market cap will, in my opinion. What do you think is the last big dump for this bull run? What do I think? I'm still contemplating whether or not, we're going to see a V-shaped recovery from this liquidation low. Japan announced, their central bank announced that that they're done raising rates. They're not messing around with that anymore. So, all right. If there's a recession in 2025, then your price targets are invalid. A lot of cryptos will be irrelevant after the recession. Call it a reset. New shiny stuff will take over and people will forget. I tried focusing on the more legit ones. Some of them, you're right, SSN. Some of them will be invalid. And I've always been perfectly fine with that. But like the larger cap ones, very much not invalid. And then Caspa was created in 2022, not invalid. Most of them will not be invalidated. All right, Render has liquidity issues in a few exchanges and got suspended. Yeah. She has no idea what she's saying about listening to Tupac in college. I don't even know what she said about that. Alex, you can't watch her talk as she hasn't done a press conference or answered questions since being anointed. I mean, there's plenty of clips that you can see. Have a lot of your price predictions on YouTube changed? None of them changed. The timing has changed. What happened to Cosmic Network? What's Cosmic Network? Do I need a Solana wallet to buy? Any suggestions? Yeah, Phantom, Soulflare. So 4 entries. No, wait, 5. 4. Only 4 entries. All right. More, I'm going to keep plowing here. 2 reasons to vote for Kamala: identity politics and leftist dem-backed media. All right, CSS, I'm not going to read your comment. I don't want to get banned on TikTok. Kamala's not even African American. I mean, I don't even know. What is she? All right, KKK bought some HEEHEE. KKKKK, excuse me. Bought some HEEHEE. Do you think Ethereum Classic will reach 200 by December? That seems a little too high. Thoughts on LCX? I'm okay with LCX. Man, LCX did put a higher high in the daily, but then we had that panic. Stochastic looks good. RSI, MACD on the daily look good. I mean, that's a lot of altcoins. I thought it had bottomed out already, but then we had all that panic last week. So what do I say about LCX now? I don't know. I mean, I'd be okay buying LCX. All right, Randy grabbed his 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE. Will you sell AOs ahead of the next NVIDIA earnings report on 22/8 even when you don't make any profits? Yep. If I don't make profits, I'm selling my AOs. Call it, Alex. Should I trade all my land wolf for HEEHEE? Let's go HEEHEE to the moon. I need to be careful about what I can say legally. That's the thing. You know? Personally, do I think he is going to put multiple X's in, even under a scenario where Bitcoin goes to $80,000 and people get excited again? Yes, I do. It's a much smaller market cap than Land Wolf, obviously. But, you know, I just need to be careful with what I can say. I made a bot that scans for insider coins when they are launched and gives you an alert to buy. So far, a couple of people have bought, but I'm struggling with marketing. Do you have a suggestion? Does it work? You know, the best marketing is if it works. Because it's like, if I used that bot and made lots of money or made lots of % returns, I would get very excited about it. The problem is, you know, there's lots of people who have told me about these bots, and then I try them out and they don't work. Shinobi Ninja, I got wrecked on that one. I mean, I lost like 5 Solana. So, I mean, Eagle AI has helped me out. Just be more measured. It's helped me out directionally. Okay, I've said it's directionally sound, but I'm not expecting Eagle AI to be this massive game changer. It's just another tool in my tool belt. What would you have to see happen to retract your statement on a bear market in 2025? I would have to see rates go to zero very quickly. That's the only thing. Or let's say rates don't go to zero and we see something that causes M2 to spike dramatically, to just have a COVID level spike. Yeah, I'll be bullish if that happens. So there are your options. And you know, M2 has started to climb back up, so we have that. All right, one more reminder. If you buy 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE, you will automatically be entered into a raffle where you could win $100 worth. We have 6 entries. Your chances are a lot better now because I'm not live on my personal TikTok, on my normal TikTok account. So thoughts on Jupiter? I like Jupiter. I use it a lot. So I think under the right market conditions, Jupiter could explode. Can't wait for my £1,000. You still in on VRL? I still own some. Yeah. I don't even check the price anymore. I haven't paid attention. And you know, they asked me to do something that got them in trouble with the carrier that they were partnering with because of non-disclosure stuff. If 2025 is in recession, HEEHEE Pro won't be at 10 million market cap. So what would happen to Premium Group? All it needs to do is get to 10 million. And let's just say, you know, if it were to go under 10 million, we're not gonna cancel the Premium Group. All it needs to do is get to 10 million. And then let's just say it's for sure bear market 2025. We'll open up the Premium Group to 20,000 holders. There are treasury buybacks, 49 billion until 1030. Is that enough for a bull run, or do we need way more? 49 billion is not enough. That's a tiny blip. You know, I mean, the Federal Reserve unwinds 25 billion a month. Last month, started before June, it was 60 billion. I've been buying my 0.25 Sol through Trojan Sol. Does that count, or needs to be through Radium Phantom? As long as it shows up here, as long as it shows up, you're in. You know, all these wallets here. I would assume that one of these wallets is your wallet. What would have to happen for the Fed to lower rates to zero? Probably something terrifying. Black Swan event, or World War III, or another Lehman collapse, a hard landing. Bought some HEEHEE. Let's see, LCX to $1, maybe this year. Holding 30,000 shares of KOD. I think it hits double digits before year end. I know nothing about KOD. I wish you the best. Had friends telling me they would finally buy Bitcoin if it dropped to 50K and still didn't at last drop. Yeah, because your friends, they're just going to keep on thinking it's going to go lower. They just keep on thinking it's going lower, it's going lower. And so they'll never buy. Do you think Brett will 10x by the end of the year? It's possible. Do I think so? Gun to my head, no. But it's definitely possible. Core GAI, I got nothing. Where's Crash trading? Crash the influencer? I don't know. I want to buy Pendle to add to my bag. It's a good time, yeah. Is Fetch worth buying on the dip, or is it toxic after the merger? I haven't looked into. I'm not interested in Fetch. I would say it's not worth buying. Customers that lost money with Voyager got another 37% back this week from the lawsuit, still going. Cool. Can't believe I sold everything in March. Held 2 cycles, made over 7 figures. Finally, I'm lucky. You know, if that's true, then that's awesome, man. So without a black swan, we won't see 0% rates even by the end of the next year, 2026. I would think by the end of 2025, we would see 0% or bottomed out. ETH is a great buy today, all right. Is there a bridge to move Pendle from BSC to Arbitrum? Maybe check out Rhino.fi. Rhino like the animal. Alts are too sensitive, yeah. VeChain. What about VeChain? I got another about 5 minutes left in this live stream, by the way. Middle of a range. Lower low. MACD histogram, RSI stochastic look good. It'd be fine. Think LCX will all-time high this year? I think so. Could you please do a video on top 10 cryptos if you would buy if Bitcoin dips back to 49K? I will, Karen. Yeah. I have 5K thinking of buying Mira or Noble. What's your opinion? I'd go with Noble blocks. Gaming, I don't think is going to do anything significant until Euphoria. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to hold to avoid more short-term capital gains? I'm not a tax professional. I'm just going to have to defer to tax professionals, man. Do you prefer people to watch you on YouTube or TikTok? I don't know. I mean, I guess TikTok, but when I'm live on both, I guess I would say YouTube. All right, I'm gonna plow through the rest of these questions. Thank you, Karen. And then I'm gonna be done with this live stream on YouTube. I'm not able to answer every question on TikTok. If you want your question answered, it's a lot more likely to happen on YouTube. Do you think ATOR now rebranding to anyone will reach $5? I'm not a fan of rebrands. If anything, that makes me less excited about ATOR. My HEEHEE purchase not showing on Dex Screener using Seabase wallet connected to Radium. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, Randy, I've never heard that happen before. Yeah, NXRA did get hacked. Still good Chlor and Dual. I think those are fine. Do you think TARS AI is highly inflationary? And most new cryptocurrencies are highly inflationary. But new ones I'm willing to give a pass to. The old ones that are highly inflationary, that's just not good. Thank you, Ramo. All right, Noble, you need to up the slippage most likely if you're trying to sell it. Thank you, Calixto. All right, I'm going to be done. Thank you all. Have a good Wednesday if you can. Hump day. I will see you next time. Don't forget, 0.2 Solana worth of HEEHEE automatically gets you into the contest.